have a question for the people who want to know more about carpentry, because I could tell you more, but do you want to know my hobby or do you want to know my career? I am not self-employed. I'm a union carpenter and I work on projects and buildings. I've been doing this for 4 years now. So I do have some experience enough to talk about. I'm not going to tell you I'm like a seasoned vet when it comes to this, but I do know an aspect of this that men never would, because men have no idea what it's like to be a female in the industry. And if you think you do, blocked. So, because there's so much to know. And if there was somebody out there that would have told me the things I wish I knew, I feel like I would have been able to go out there and feel so much more confident. And I want to be that person to help you if you have questions. So tell me what you mean and what you're interested in watching, and I will make it for you.
Carpenters are getting pushed on social media lately, and it's for a reason. The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says carpenters had a median annual wage of $59,310, and this was back in May 2024, with about 74,100 openings per year projected from 2024 to 2034. That's basically what the statistics is implying, but it seems a little bit more. And then again, you can also take note that $59,000 is above the annual median wage in the United States of about $45,000. So you're still making good dollars right here. And that's just the basic analogy we're looking at. So in real respect, that is real demand. At the same time, office and administrative role is projected to fall. And the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Standards, says automated systems, which includes AI, is help driving that drop.
I'm Heather Bordeaux. I am a first-year carpentry and renovation technician. I started taking carpentry and renovation because I started my apprenticeship in 12th grade, and I knew from the beginning it's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to further my education through more than just an apprenticeship and get a bachelor degree, which I can do by bridging my program here. I love how realistic that this program is. Doing work on site and in the shop are very similar. I've done a bit on site, I've traveled to different places, and it's very accurate to what we do in real life. I think my favorite class would have to be our plan, specs, and codes class. It teaches us how to read blueprints, how to draw blueprints, how to do different calculations, and how to make different layouts on different pieces of wood, all kinds of different things that are really technical and really important to learn. I'm a super big fan of what we're doing back there is scaffolding. I started doing it in the Union for Local 27 downtown Toronto. And when I came here and found out it was in the curriculum, and if you're loving carpentry and you're wanting to come check it out, come down to Fleming and check out our carpentry and renovation technician program.
Look, the information is all there. And why I'm saying this is that, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is not about women as a group. It is about the people who keep chasing clerical work while the market keeps moving away from it. And women are still a small share of carpentry jobs. And that gap actually matters because in recent IWPR brief, it puts women at about 3.1% of carpenters. That means there is more room for women than there actually is. There is room for men too, but far way more room for women to join in carpentry. It's not a get-rich-quick gig, but if you want steady work, you all have to stop chasing the desk jobs to save you. You have to look at carpentry apprenticeship. Call the local contractors, talk about union training. The BLS says carpenters, they usually learn through a combination of on-the-job training and technical instruction. So I'm going to keep running these videos to you. So at least the algorithm will help to pick them up and push them out to you. I hope this message actually reaches you and not encouraging women to go back to the oldest profession since the dawn of time, but it's now in a digital state.
This is my first week of school in a carpentry reno program, and besides lectures, I have a lab class where we get to apply ourselves. Special moment for me. The first class was a gentle ease in, and we're given a hard hat and tool belt with some basic tools. They're serious about enforcement. As long as I get kicked out of class later on, they're trying to enforce good habits, so it makes sense. Our first lesson was using measuring tape and a speed square, and it seems basic, but a speed square is actually a super versatile multi-tool. Next week, we're building a sawhorse.
But here's also a part that people keep missing. AI is strongest in routine office work, and the OECD says that jobs that rely on manual skills and strength, they tend to have low AI exposure. Carpentry sits in that actual lane right there. You measure, you cut, you frame, you install, you fit. and you repair with your hands and your judgment. AI can help with planning, but it does not frame a house or fix a warped door. That's essentially why these social media posts, especially on TikTok, it actually makes sense. Women telling other women to become carpenters, they're not talking nonsense. They are actually pointing to a trade with openings pay and a clear path to get into something viable.
According to Google, approximately 14% of construction workers in 2022 were female, and about 6% of them are female carpenters. I say my husband hit a jackpot because I am the rarest. I am a female carpenter. However, I am a part-time carpenter because I am a full-time mother and a wife, and apparently I like to supervise, so I guess I am a super
Hold on, let me go back to that part again. Let her repeat what she just said.
carpenters. I say my husband hit a jackpot because I am the rarest. I am a female carpenter. However, I am a part-time carpenter because I am a full-time mother and a wife, and apparently I like to supervise.
So how many jobs today you see both the husband and wife working together, especially now since we have a loneliness epidemic going on? She's able to juggle all the roles at once while maintaining the family. She's a full-time mother and a wife first. And these are the things I love to hear. Anyway, let her continue.
I am a supervisor. Carpentry is definitely not for the weak. I have worked in this industry and my back, my knee, my hip, my feet hurts. Now, if you're wondering how I got into this business, it's because of my husband. He taught me everything I needed to know, except for the table saw. I will not touch that thing. You can thank my T-Rex arms. However, I prefer cutting over building. So what is my husband doing right now? Last week, he built this locker, and unfortunately, the painters decided to paint him black, which was the wrong color. It should have been a light wood stain. There was no way of restaining that. So the builder asked us to come back and rebuild the locker. We do a lot of custom homes, so this is an easy job for us. It took about 2 hours, and my boss decided to put me to work. For the longest time, it was just the two of us working together. So by now, I don't really have to ask him any questions. I even have my own nail gun. And I bedazzled it because it's a common tool that gets lost and stolen, especially when you're working with other people. And of course, I didn't record a video of the final product. But when it's time to go, it's time to go. We gotta pack up and go. Although my husband was packing pretty much everything for me, he still says I'm a good hand. Obviously, Employee of the Year award goes to me. According to Google,
Employee of the Year goes to her boss is her husband. I love these videos. So construction and extraction as a group, it had a median annual wage of about $58,360 in May 2024, above all occupations of $49,500, which I mentioned earlier. Carpenters, they have steady openings from worker turnover and retirements. And the real question is, why so many keeping this profession? Part of it is comfort. The other part of it is stigma. Part of it is that carpentry asks for skills, not just a resume. You need training, you need physical work, you need to show up, and you have to keep learning. So that filters out all the other people fast. And that is why it holds value.
Hi, I'm Glenn Visser. I am a qualified carpenter. I qualified by Africa Skills. Since I qualified, I had my own business, which I was a host employer for Africa Skills, and now I'm in it. From being the only woman on a construction site to guide the next generation of artisans, it's been an incredible journey. Now I get to teach and inspire others. I love seeing my students create something from nothing, watching their pride grow with every cut, every joint, every finished piece. When people speak my name, I want them to say, she shaped more than wood, she shaped futures and made space for other women in the trade. I am Glenn, I am a woman in trade. I build the future.
She shapes more than wood, she shapes the future. No pun intended. Carpentry, it still needs people on site. It still needs someone to read the plan, cut the material, set the frame, finish the job. AI cannot replace that. So when women post videos encouraging other women to get into carpentry, the message is practical. The numbers back it. The wage data back it. The outlook back it. The training part is still there. The only thing missing is more people willing to do the work. And carpenters, they still have openings, they still have the pay and a job that AI cannot run by itself.
Your 20s are all about experimenting, sometimes skillfully, sometimes blindly. And blindly or not, your girl decided to do carpentry because it has always ignited something inside my soul. So I enrolled in a carpentry class a while back and incorporated the skills from my carpentry together with my art skills and came up with such amazing, beautiful pieces. And let me tell you something, handling these power tools, they make you feel strong like Wonder Woman or something. So I recently did my first project now after school. I made corner shells, a butterfly one, and definitely I had to add some art supplies. So this is just me doing this thing, feeling independent woman, independent lady. What a man can do, women can do it too. So this is how it turned out, and I hope you liked it, because damn, I did like it. And if you need one, and if you need an encouragement, go get it. Also, bye. Have a nice day. Your 20s.
Yeah, these are the videos I will promote strong and independent, not the ones who are on podcasts. And they go on, and all they talk about is relationship and what a man needs to do for them. But that is the story for now. We have to make use while this lasts, because it will take another evolution for AI to completely take manual labor like what she's doing right here, where you need to survive until then. What a lot of people don't actually realize is that you also need to survive after retirement until the end of life. A skill or imparting that skill as a consultant can actually do that. I really hope this message finds someone, at least somebody who will actually take it.
Let me start by saying that if you are a professional person in the trades or just handy in general, I don't think you're going to like this video. You will be wildly uncomfortable watching your girl trying to hammer and hammer and hammer. Here I am just like giving it the old college try, doing my very best. I ultimately do get the nail all the way in. And you know what? I was so freaking focused that I didn't pay attention to centering it. So here I am removing the very nail that took me probably 12 minutes to get in. I am all eyes on the center now, focused, trying different angles, not succeeding. And you know what? None of this was elegant. None of this was cool. But it just, I promise you, it is never too late to try new things. Here I am moving to the nail gun. Work smarter, not harder, people. And actually, this was a highlight of the whole evening. You can see me turning to my classmate asking for help. He didn't hear me. So I said, you know what? I got this. Let me just do this myself. And I did. And this is actually the first day where I built something from beginning to end, again, not gracefully, and maybe needed 2 to 3 business days to recover. But here is my beautiful sawhorse. I am proud of it. And so is that classmate. What a sweetheart. And I can't wait to see what the next few weeks hold. But you know what? 2 weeks ago, I had never used a saw. And here we are. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. And the thing is, the algorithm doesn't push things like these. You'll see over 3 million women on a site that starts with only objectifying themselves for a subscription. It's sad, and it's a sad world we live in. If you want more videos like this, I want you to subscribe and like and share this video as much. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The links are in the description box below. Stay sharp, stay educated, and I will catch you in the next one.